The Queen of the Kimberley has been a regular feature on Australian radio and television for more than a decade. She's the creation of Mark bin Barker. It's taken some time now, but the man behind the woman is getting some attention of his own. He's a contender to be the next Australian of the year. Leonie Harris reports.
It's the Mary Geraghty Show, coming to you from the Gimme Gimme Club in Broome, Western Australia.
She's cheeky, confronting, funny, and she's Australian royalty.
All hail Mary!
The well-recognised voice of Mary G, the Queen of the Kimberley, has been reaching the ears of regional radio listeners for almost 15 years. She's known for her humorous interviews and her quest for the perfect man.
I am prettier. I'm better looking than them camels in Galbadenga.
Mary G is the outspoken and outrageous matriarchal alter ego of Broome man Mark bin Barker.
She's not a fashion statement, she's just a country woman, country Aboriginal woman who's passionate about her country, passionate about her people and enjoys making people laugh.
Now the man behind the woman has been named as WA's contender for the prestigious Australian of the Year award. For those in the city it may seem a controversial choice, but for those in regional areas where Mary G enjoys a cult following, it's well deserved.
I don't think people realise the social impact that Mary G character has had on Indigenous Australia and has the potential of making a big difference in mainstream Australia as well. I hold the character with high regard, and in fact, if anybody should be winning an award, it should be Mary G. Because as she says, I'm just a tick on her back.
Not only does Mark bin Barker have to keep up with Mary G's hectic schedule, he's also heavily involved in promoting Aboriginal music and arts and helped establish the Kimberley Stolen Generation Aboriginal Corporation. It's a cause dear to his heart. His mother is a Stolen Generation woman and so is Mary G.
What if someone come along and steal your children? What would you do?
We'll kill you at once.
The Stolen Generation girls, they all got the same code of laughter and the same code of dress and the same code of outlook of life, and you know that in their hearts there's a lot of pain, but externally they're laughing and taking the mickey out of everybody. And Mary G was, I think, subconsciously grown out of that. Mary G converts the pain into positive messages while still laughing and being jovial and being cheeky.
His promotion of Aboriginal well-being is partly why Mark bin Barker has been nominated for the award.
Anything can make you sick. You must always feel safe. Now around for another 100 years, ain't you?
He's also worked tirelessly for reconciliation.
We can't change the past, but as a nation we own the history, whether we're white or black or you're Malay or Chinese, it doesn't make any difference. This country has a history and we have to acknowledge that in our schools, in our history books, and the true history, and good and bad.
Through her popular radio, TV and live shows, using her cheeky, confronting style, Mary G is able to discuss otherwise uncomfortable issues like alcoholism, abuse and domestic violence.
I've had elderly people actually crying after shows, saying we've never experienced anything like that. Your ability to make us laugh and make us feel good within ourselves and make us feel proud of who we are, despite our state of social disadvantage we're in. I had a girl who wrote a letter from Queensland who was living in a violent relationship, had contemplated suicide, and she felt compelled to write a letter to me because she came home one night, turned the radio on, and Mary G was on the radio, and I just happened to be talking about suicide, domestic violence and stuff like that, and she felt that she had to write a letter to say to me, I'm alive today because of that radio show.
There's a responsibility that comes with royalty, but the serious messages are always coupled with laughter, and that's what keeps people tuning in to what is now a national radio show that's welcomed some high-profile guests. Mary's even offered to sit on the lap of now Premier Alan Carpenter.
Well, Mary's trying to find the perfect husband, and she's not having much luck because she's starting to doubt whether there is a perfect man. And she's also very passionate about equality for women, and so she's putting men in their places.
You'd think Mark bin Barker would have enough on his plate, but he's still looking at new challenges, like a national public holiday to promote reconciliation, and he's planning projects to record oral histories.
There is Aboriginal people who experienced and lived through massacres and some pretty traumatic experiences, not to mention Stolen Generation, and I think that it's criminal, absolute criminal, that this country is not collating all this history via television and video technology, because once it's gone, it's gone forever, and then it becomes a fable.
There'll be no slowing down for Mary G either. This week near Kalgoorlie, Mary will be acting a cameo role in a feature film. A movie about the Black Queen of the Kimberley is also on the horizon. And Mary G's radio show will go on raising eyebrows every Wednesday night from wherever she is around the nation.
I'd like to continue doing the great work of reconciling this country, playing my little part, I guess, in making Australia as true as one as it can be, and with all its colours.
I'm cruising along Beagle Bay Road.
And that's the show for tonight. See you next Friday for our final program for 2007. We'll reflect on the year that's been, plenty of ground to cover there. Tonight, though, we leave you with Susan Flavel's exhibition, Unhorsed. It's on display for a few more days at the Fremantle Arts Centre. Until next Friday, good night.